Afternoon, gents. Here we are down in Slaying Town's ground, Lingfield away in the FA Cup extra preliminary round. A 7-2 win, which is good on paper, but your thoughts on the game, Corley?
I feel frustrated, if I'm honest, which is crazy considering the scoreline, but I thought first half we were really poor. And to be 3-2 up at half-time, I thought we've conceded some really sloppy goals. I thought we looked really lethargic and jaded today, and I've just spoken to the management team in there with Matt, and maybe the intensity levels in training this week were a little bit too high potentially, but we're gonna have to have a sit down, because I thought we were really poor first half. We've had to change our shape again early in the first half after 25 minutes. But on a positive, I thought we were probably at 40-50% full tilt today, and we've scored 7 goals, which is obviously a huge positive moving forward. But we've got a lot of work to do. There's still players that are not quite up to speed, I don't think, which showed early in the game. And even in the second half, and Pecky's been brilliant in terms of his quality. We need to get him back up to speed, because he struggled with injury recently. So there's a number of players, and Dino's not had no pre-season and scored a hat-trick today, so he's still not a full tilt. So it's a positive that the quality that we got is getting us out of jail today. But I think against better opposition moving forward, we have to be a lot better than we were today.
Matt, I suppose the positive thing is obviously the results today, but we've got a friendly on Tuesday at Beckenham to look at some of those things that Corley just raised, and probably get some more minutes in some of the players, which is positive, and get some of the guys that aren't getting minutes some minutes under their belt. How do you see that going?
Yeah, I mean, look, we've obviously, to be honest, we agreed to the game prior to getting 4 or 5 injuries training on Tuesday night, and I felt, although some of the young boys that we've had around us struggle in terms of their understanding of the physicality of the level we're at, their physicality and their fitness levels helps being able to get around the pitch. And I thought today we struggled with that. We looked, like Jamie said, we struggled physically. So hopefully Tuesday night we can get some more minutes into some of the boys that haven't played. But we've also got to be careful that we don't overdo it in terms of the players that are playing and have played, because it is so early, and our expectation in terms of how much running these boys need to do in a game for us is high, and we're probably expecting a little bit too much potentially at the moment, where we wanted to hit the ground running so much this year. And Tuesday, like I said, there'll be 2 or 3 players that we need to look at Tuesday as well. We're going to fetch 1 or 2 in to have a little look, because like I say, we've got Essa injured, Tristan injured, Luke Mandry injured. Obviously Jack's come off, obviously got sent off today as well, so he'll be missing. So we need to potentially look at bolstering the group. Ricardo's away, he didn't play today, so we need to do that. And there are 3 or 4 that we've just said to them in there are probably not ready for the longer than 10, 15, 20 minutes. And is that enough? Maybe not. So they're the things that we'll be looking at on Tuesday. But it's a good opportunity to do that on Tuesday, and some of the young ones that are in and around the squad. We've got a couple of young players in from the 23s, Harry Baptiste, obviously Zach the goalkeeper, and Tegan, who's come on today in the FA Cup, in and around the squad, which is great. So they'll be involved on Tuesday, I'm sure. So I think it's a good opportunity, because we don't play Saturday, to get some more answers. It's almost like another extended pre-season game. So I think, as much as we probably would have liked to have a few more numbers for that game, I think it still gives us. We want to get some answers out of that game, which hopefully that will give us. Yeah,
and Corley, the FA Cup is clearly a good competition to have a good run in, good prize money. So good to look forward to having a run in the competition. I think we're all at Edgware in the next round. Similar step to us. What do you think it means to a club like Whitstable?
It's huge. We were really poor last year. I said it to the press this week. Obviously, we lost at Sevenoaks and didn't give a good account of ourselves at all. It was the early stage of trying to build a new squad from scratch. And it's really a focal point for us as a management team and as a club, that we want to showcase ourselves a little bit more in the FA Cup this year. So it's a good opportunity. Luckily today we've kind of got through, not being anywhere near our capabilities, which is a real positive. I just said to the players there, it feels like we're always negative, and the expectation levels are a little bit too high. But I said to the back 4 and the goalkeeper, I'm disappointed today if I leave and we've conceded 2 goals, irrelevant of the scoreline, and we just got to maybe have that little bit more of a mentality for defensively as a unit moving forward. And it wasn't just a back five. I think collectively, say, was a little bit all over the place early in the game, which didn't help. But yeah, it's really important. Going back to your question, it's a focal point for us. We need to do as well as we possibly can and go as far as we possibly can. To, like I say, it helps the club moving forward in terms of publicity, with the money as well. So, and for us as a management team, we want to showcase our capabilities as well, and then what our squad can achieve. So, yeah, it's a real important aspect for us this year.
Yeah, and finally, Matt, just a quick word on the lad that come in, Theo. I thought he had a good debut. Had to change positions a couple of times during the game. Tell us a bit more about Theo.
Yeah, well, obviously, myself and obviously Jamie have worked with him previously. He was actually at Ramsgate, and I took him on loan here from Belvedere when we won this league, and then he went back to Ramsgate. So both of us have worked with him previously, so we know his character on and off the pitch, and also the fact that he can play in three positions in terms of the wing-back role. He can play full-back and he can play wide, of which he played in all three today. But I think that was a really important position for us to fill, because we haven't quite had that player, and we've been sort of moving people around. I thought it was really important that he was here today, with Ricardo missing as well, because it enabled us to get Finn back into midfield. And if we hadn't had that today, I think we would have been really light on numbers. So, really, like I said, the manager just said to him in there, did really well on his debut. He's a top player, and he's a really top lad to have around the group, and he'll be a real good addition for the football club.
Guys, thanks for that. Good win, and we look forward to the next game.
Thanks, Alex.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you.